start with the bottom part of the painting here. Hi. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some red, and I've got some burnt sienna and white right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mix a little bit of this, this burnt sienna right in here with just a touch of white. It's nice and thick, so we're probably going to add some water so it'll obey us on the canvas. Loosening it up. So we're going to come in and we're going to put this beautiful brown just right in here, and we're not going to worry about it. I'm putting it in a kind of a brushing, scrubbing technique. So, and you don't have, and you just want to, we're just going to put this little, a fun little hill coming in right here. I'm using a number 12 flat brush, and it's a nylon brush. You can also use a boar hair brush too for this. It's all good. You can use both. The boar hair brush works, it has a tendency to work a little bit better when you're doing a scrubby brushy technique. But I'm using the nylon brush, and as you can see, it's just fine. So we're just putting a little bit of this paint in here, and we're only going to put a little bit. We're just doing the foreground first because we're going to do some layering. We're going to get some layering in here, you guys. I'm sitting down so that I can relax. And this is earth. We're putting our earth in. And we're not going to get too worried about it because it's earth and we want it to be messy because the earth is messy. Okay. Good. Just getting it in there. And I'm just going to add a little bit of this red right in here with some white. And a little bit more of the burnt sienna. And we're going to make another color. It's a kind of a, it's a pink. It looks like it's in the red family. It's got a touch of brown in it. I'm going to add a little bit of water just to loosen it up. And we're just going to add just a little touch of this in here. We're not going to worry too much about it, but now watch, I'm going to make a sideways energy going this way. What that does is it causes there to be rifts in the earth. So make a few sideways energies, make some small straight energies right in here, and then make one that's coming down right in here. And then you can put another one that's coming kind of like sideways over here. Right in there. Just putting a little bit in there. There, that makes all the difference. Now I'm just going to add just a touch of white right in here, and I lighten it up. You can see I lightened it up to a lighter tone. These are all medium to darker tones, and now this is hitting the light zone. So we're just going to put a few little lights just moving around in here. We're not going to get too concerned, but we want there to be just something happening in the foreground, something that the foreground is not our main concern, so we don't have to get too worried about it, but every part of the painting needs to have care. Every part of the painting should be executed in a knowing what you're doing attitude. It's very important. Put a little bit of white in there. Good. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this yellow, and we're just going to add a touch of yellow in here. Watch this. I'm just going to take this yellow, squeeze it out, just the tiniest bit. And watch this. We're just going to take a little bit of this yellow, and I'm going to take a little bit right here. And I don't want it to be too strong, so I'm going to add a little bit of white and mess it up. And then now we're going to add just a little bit of this yellow coming right in here. And we're only putting in a little bit. We're messing it up. And you can also take a dry brush, one that has no paint on it, and you can move it around like that. And I love doing that because in that way I'm keeping the foreground kind of soft, you know? And watch, I'll put just a touch of yellow right there. I'm just dabbing the yellow. I'm dabbing it right into the yellow, just a touch of it. And I'm just gonna put just the tiniest little bit and then dry brush it. There, we're making such a nice, beautiful mess. It's so lovely. I'm liking it a lot. And now I'm going to do one last thing. I'm going to go ahead and dip my brush just very lightly into this burnt sienna. I'm putting it on the tip of my brush. I'm not mixing it or doing anything with it. I just want a little touch of brown to show through in some of these areas. I just want some depth to kind of show through with some of this brown. And then I'm putting it in. This painting is a little bit of a modern piece. It's not real life, but we still mimic real life even in our abstract paintings. We take it to a new level. There.